Alright you guys, how's it going? So in this video I'll be showing you how to install sound deadener in your vehicle. Not this vehicle, this is where I have it stored right now. So I bought 50 square feet of Fatmat off Amazon. It's I believe 80 mils thick, and it was $109, which isn't bad compared to Dynamat. And this is what you get in your kit. You get your roller tool, which is nice, and a knife, and a few stickers. And the instructions are inside, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So the vehicle I'm going to be doing it on is my truck. So I also have, if you're doing this as well, this is probably something you're going to want to pick up for good adhesion. So picked up some Duplicolor wax and grease remover yesterday for I think like $7. So everything but the dash and possibly the headliner, because I'm a bit nervous about doing that, but everything in here, stick, the seats, the vinyl floor, the panels, everything's coming out of here. We gotta scrub it clean with some wax and grease remover, wait for it to dry, and probably gonna, depending on how much material I have, I'm either gonna do 2 or 3 layers on here on the floor, because this thing is loud and all I do is highway driving. So but yep, so we will we'll pull the truck in the garage here, and we'll get started taking everything out. Alright you guys, so right now we're driving in my truck on the highway I always drive on, and I'm at 60 miles an hour. And I know this isn't the most accurate thing in the world, but I got I downloaded a decibel reader for my iPhone. So I'm going to stop talking real quick and we'll listen to the decibel. I wanted to do this before I put the Fatmat in, and then once I finish, everything's put back together, we'll come back out here and we'll do another decibel reading. So about 85 decibels. That was about as high as it got with no music, me not talking. So it's pretty loud. Hopefully we see. I don't know if the iPhone's gonna be able to pick it up or not, but we'll see. Hopefully we see a bit of a difference, and hopefully we get those decibel numbers down. So time to we'll turn around, head back home, and time to tear the truck apart and start cleaning her up and putting the Fatmat in. Alright you guys, so I went ahead and pulled the truck in and whatnot, and as you can see I got some Fatmat here behind my speaker, just to give it a better surface to mount on, if you will, and not vibrate as much up against the bare metal. And give you a sound test here. So not a huge difference, but you can hear it. And I think with this stuff you really have to layer it on to get like the bank vault sound. But I'm saving a lot of the Fatmat for the floor, because that's where all the sound really comes from when I'm driving. So I've already done that door. I just wanted to do it off camera so I can work with the material and see how it is to work with, and not sit here and bore you guys with trying to figure this stuff out. So this is the stuff here. It's fairly easy to work with. Like I think I stated earlier, that the best time to work with this stuff is right now, middle of summer, because that's when the heat's outside and the adhesive back here can really adhere to the surface. And I've already cleaned the door with the wax and grease remover, and it really, you can see some of the spots here because I'm not fat matting this. You can see the before and after. It really cleans it well. So, and again, that's the That's the Dupa color, and I recommend keeping the cap on that because it will evaporate very quickly. And so I didn't do this side of the door here, so you can still hear it, you know, but if you look in here, it's next to impossible to get this stuff in here because it's very, very sticky stuff. And so I put maybe a tiny little patch in there just to test fit it, and it's in the other door right now on the outer skin, and without being able to take off this part of the inside of the door, it's next to impossible really for this truck. So I'm not really going to worry about it. It just needs more material to use on the floor, so, and the wheel wells and whatnot. So we'll set you guys down here and we'll start patching this door up here and get this thing fat matted. Oh, I already had this piece cut out, so I think I'm just going to stick it right here. And I mean, I'm using every little piece, so because this stuff's expensive, so I'm definitely going to get my money's worth. And this is what it looks like. You can see the stripe pattern in there, and it's coming off on the opposite color of the wax paper. So, and this is one of the biggest problems I had right there, is the paper sometimes sticking. And so you just gotta take your time and try to avoid putting as many fingerprints on this stuff as you can, because then you're just gonna lose adhesion. So this piece is on there. There we go. Alright. That's the other thing. Make sure it's like a one-time stick if you're not careful sometimes. So, and then this is the roller they give you. So just start rolling on there. We'll just start patching the entire door up. Alright, so everything's the fat mat's underneath the door panel now, and you can see a little bit of it here where I trimmed it, and it actually the adhesive actually comes off pretty easy with the Dupa color. So if I grab the I still got some solvent here. But yeah, I'll just have to trim that off with the box cutter. So, but yep. Then we're gonna clean up all the paper and stuff, and then we'll gut the interior real quick, and then get everything nice and polished off there with the wax and grease remover, and we'll start fat matting the floor and the backside here, and get going there. Alright, you guys. So I'm in the middle of tearing the inside of my truck apart. I got the seats and the driver's side rear quarter panel, as you can see, and took the time to wash out my my vinyl mat here. All I can say is well done, Ford. These little Christmas tree clips that hold everything together back here. I was working on this one, and as you can see, it actually snapped my trim removal tool, so they definitely have to make sure that shit's on there. So I gotta grab my other one. Thank God I got 4 of them. But yeah, I don't know if I have another one that has that angle on it, but to get the leverage I need. But oh, we'll try. So yeah, that's everything coming so far. I guess I could if I spent enough time on it, but I think I'm just gonna leave this hanging here for now. Because there's a sensor actually coming off my seatbelt here that I just really don't want to mess with. So once I get everything ready, I'm just going to do this panel here first, and then we'll start fat matting the floor. So last obstacle is to take this back little carpeted shelf off, and then we'll start vacuuming and putting the wax and grease remover off. So all right, so the I've already done the wax and grease remover here on this back shelf in the back wall, and from let's see if I can find one, but perfect instance of to be careful when taking off the Christmas trees, the Christmas tree clips. I don't have one anyway. Two of them, actually both of them on that back wall, they just snapped off completely. So I'm gonna have to go down to AutoZone or O'Reilly and try and see if they have any replacement Christmas trees. So, which they probably do, but we'll see. So I'm gonna start fat matting this really quick, and then up there, and just move on through. All right, you guys. So I just got done doing the most of the back wall and the shelf back here. Everything back there is fat matted. So I'm leaving it undone right now, just in case. Well, actually, because I need to put the back shelf on that wall right there before I put all the clips back in. So everything's gonna kind of loose fit. But here's a sound test. This is actually, that's double layered right there. I did that just in case, because I don't want to do like 2 or 3 layers back there, and then find out I don't have enough to do only 1 layer on the floor. So. So here's that's a sound difference for you. So that's 2 layers on there now, and I'm really hoping this stuff makes a difference, but we'll see. So I'm gonna start moving on to the floor. I'm gonna do wax. I'm gonna use the wax and grease remover on that, and then we'll start going from there. All right. Well, bit of an update. The roller they gave you, or me, broke, so it kind of threw the wrench in the works. So I've just been going real careful with it. But anyway, I've got 2 layers on this back wall and this back shelf now, so it's definitely getting a lot more paint vaulty, if you will. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm just gonna be patching this up here, and then just using the rest of what I have. So that's about what I have left. So a little bit more than I thought, but not crazy amounts. So that's actually not bad for the doors, and then all of this, and so far 2 layers on this. So that's not bad for $100. So. But I'm gonna finish up, use every last little bit of that I can, stick it in places and whatnot, and put the interior back together. And then I'll show you guys that once it's all back together, and then we'll hop on the freeway and take a measurement of the decibels and see if anything changes. Alright, you guys. So everything is back on the inside of my truck. All looks good. Look, I like the way my floor looks now because I actually washed it. So. Took a good time to make sure everything got nice and clean, so everything's nice and secure again. I need to glue this back on, but my head hit that. So I just need to clean up all this mess now before I this is the old shit I put in my truck. It's not even soundproofing. I thought it was, but it was a waste of time. But I do have a little bit left, but I may save it for something else. So yeah, time to clean up, and then we'll hop on the highway. Alright, you guys, we're back in my truck now. Sorry I scratched my eye. Let me get back up to 60 here. Traffic's kind of high right now, so alright, there's 60. And if I stop talking, we'll look at the decibel reading. it's actually a little bit quieter in here. That big spike, I think it's at 89 at a glance. I just hit a highway divider, so, or an overpass divider, but yeah, that's the truck. I mean, it's not a significant difference. It's not as quiet as my dad's Mercedes, but the interesting thing is there's a lot less rattles going on in the truck, and so even in town at 30-40 miles an hour, going over potholes and all the really bad pavement and whatnot, intersections, there's nowhere near as much rattles in here. I mean, you can hear it. It's pretty sure before in the first video, or the first part of this video, you could hear the rattles clinking around in here, and it sounds like everything's screwed together now. So I'm not saying it feels like a different truck, but it's definitely quieter, and so yep, just a small little improvement you can make. And also to note, on my way over here, I'm not going to play it now because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I was listening to some music, and the stereo actually sounds better, because the sound waves have more resonance to go through now. It's not bleeding through, if you will, the metal. So the stereo sounds better. It has more of a kick, but yep, so I think that'll do it, guys. Comments, questions, leave them down below. Feeling generous, hit that like button, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.